What's up, everyone? This is All Destroyer. Get over here, Tarma. This is All Destroyer 229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Last time, we got us a shiny! And managed to fully evolve it, too, in the same episode. We also managed to get a little bit further up the Glaciado Mountain. And actually made it to where Montenevera is. And where the Ghost-type gym leader is. So now we have access to both of the remaining gym leaders. So that's exciting. In this episode, we're gonna do what we were supposed to do last time before I got sidetracked with trying to battle a Houndour and get one of those stakes taken care of. And got completely sidetracked the entire rest of the episode. We're here at the school now, though. Now, before we get done with any classes, I did want to change my natures of my Pokemon. We did see that Chansey store and saw quite a bit of mints to change the nature of all of our Pokemon. To give you an idea, where exactly? You know what? It probably has it in the Pokedex app. At least I thought. Or, no, nope, not Pokedex. Darn it. Trainer card. I want to show you how much... No, it doesn't have my money either. Do I have to go to a shop so that way I can show you just how much I spent? Seriously, like, is there not an easy way to... I guess not. Huh. Well, anyway, I'll quickly go to a shop so I can show you just how expensive this was, because each mint was 20,000 Pokedollars. So, yeah, pretty pricey. Pretty pricey. Here, we'll go here. I started out with 340,000 Pokedollars. I'm now down to just under 89. So yeah, that was an expensive endeavor. And actually, speaking of hats, I can never remember which one it is. Always the last one. Because there was a little while ago, and I got something. Wait, it isn't a hat. It isn't a hat? Oh, Star. The Sporty Cap Star. That's what it is. Yeah, from the X-Team Star members. I got it. I was wondering what exactly it was. This is what it is. That was such a long time ago. But I'm going to stick with my straw hat because it looks cool. Anyway. So yes, I spent a crap ton of money just to get some mints. Which, I mean, I don't think is a bad thing considering that I haven't really been using my money much for anything else. So I have myself plenty of mints to give to my Pokemon. Here they are. So yeah, I bought a lot of different mints. Not all of them are things that I bought, but most of them are. So I bought them for each of the team members, and I even wrote down to which ones they go to. Okay, so I just need to remember which one goes what, because I just did the description based on the stats. So Adamant, there's a lot of Pokemon I'm giving Adamants to. Okay, so Adamant stat first will go to Pawmot. And also to give to Alice. None more for Team 1. Next up is plus attack minus special defense, which we will give to Jehudi. And I believe that is it. The others already had good natures or ones that I had already changed. Yeah, just going through all the ones there. So let me go ahead and switch out to Team 2 now. Okay, so now that we have Team 2, we have the Bravement. So that one goes to May. As well as Maya. Okay, we have ourselves Hasty Mint, which goes to Atlas. And then, let's see. Wait, what? Oh, no, that is right. I thought I was looking for special attack. No, Timid, which will go to Ridley. Okay, I believe that is everything? Wait, did Raichu already have a good... Keep hitting all the wrong buttons again. Raichu already have a decent nature? Oh, yeah, Raichu already had a decent nature. Okay, so now for Team 3. Okay, so for Team 3, we have a lot of Adamant Mints. I also need to give Team 3 some items. Okay, so attack minus special attack, so we are giving that to Hunter. We are giving that to Mirror. And we are giving it to Fontaine. Let's see. Next one is Naughty. And that one goes to Lorena. And then... Let's see. Special defense minus special attack. Yes. So we will give that to Itsuki. Alright, and that just leaves one more change, actually, because I also bought a mint for Phoenix. Because Phoenix also is, you know, still a usable team member, and I might still need to, you know, use it every now and then. So... he gets the Lonely Mint. That is... Oh. Oh, that's kind of mean. And yet fitting. Okay, let me go ahead and switch back to a full team. Alright, there we go. Okay, so, yeah, I just wanted to take the opportunity while I could to basically kind of, you know, upgrade my Pokemon and get rid of any natures that maybe weren't super great. Not often you can really do that in a Pokemon game, and I'm glad that the more recent games allow you to do that. Okay, so now that we have done that, yeah, there's plenty of different places for us to go. Looks like there's 4? Yeah, okay. So, oh goodness, no, there's a lot more than 4. There is a lot more than 4. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to each of the staff members first. And we'll see what they all have to say. Why, if it isn't Destro? I have a question for you. Do you find my class difficult? Not really, it feels just right for me. That is certainly good to hear. So, Destro, you chose to take on the gyms as part of your treasure hunt. That must mean you like Pokemon battles. Is that correct? Heck yeah. One naturally becomes skilled at doing what they enjoy. That must be why you are so strong. Do forgive me for springing such an odd question upon you so suddenly. I often find myself pondering the nature of strength these days. Anyway, thank you again for your input, Destro. Hey! And I'm willing to bet that he doesn't have anything else. Nope. Okay, so probably for each one of the classes, each of the teachers kinds of has something for us, except maybe Jacques, because he's just the Professor Oak equivalent of, show me how many Pokemon you caught. Okay, so I guess we can just kind of have the introductory stuff for all of the staff, and then maybe just kind of focus in on one of the lessons. Welcome to the Home Economics Classroom. I consider this to be my very own castle of sorts. Master Destro from Class 1A. Rumors of your activities always seem to be bombarding me from all sides. My activities? Indeed. People from all over have been talking about how strong a battler you are, and the amazing Pokemon you take along with you. You're quite the object of everyone's interest, though I imagine that may be a bother for you. The Home Economics Classroom is something of a place of rest for the Academy students, you see. Here they delight in sharing the latest gossip and the like while enjoying a light snack. You come up quite often in those talks recently, Master Destro, so much so that I find myself intrigued. If it is not a burden for you, I'd very much enjoy having you come see me again sometime. Sure. Alright, all the introductory stuff for getting closer with the teachers and faculty. Let's go to the staff room because there are 3 teachers here. Okay, we got quite a bit here. Let's go with the language professor. Oh, Destro! Did you come all the way here to the staff room just to see me? All the way here? It's not that far. Seems I finally made it into the hearts of my students. That makes me today happy. After all, like I said in class, communication is very important. If there's anything you're confused about in class, or if you're having trouble here at the academy, you can always come here and tell me, ton ami Salvatore. Your friend, Salvatore, that is. Au revoir. Okay, cool. Here are the other teachers. Oh, yes, Destro, from, Class A. 1A. You know, the way you conduct yourself in my class and the answers you give to my questions, I admit, they pique my interest. You are quite the interesting pupil, I must say. Tell me, Destro, given a choice, which do you prefer? Things of old or things that are new? I mean, while there's definitely, you know, lessons to be learned in the past, you know, stuff of the present and the future, one could say, usually goes and improves on it. Or at the very least, develops upon it. So I'd say new stuff. You would answer new stuff to me, your history teacher? You really are a curious one. Yes, this one may indeed be of good use to me someday. Oh, you can disregard that. I was simply thinking out loud. I enjoyed our little conversation today. You have my thanks, Destro. Alright. I didn't want to seem pandering to the history teacher. And finally, the math teacher. Oh my, well, if it isn't Destro. Hello there. Do you perhaps have a question about class? No, I'm all good. No questions from me. Glad to hear it. Then perhaps you won't mind a little quiz. Flying-type Pokemon are weak to Rock-type moves. When a Rock-type move hits a Flying-type Pokemon, what becomes of the move's damage? It's multiplied by 100! Nah, it's just from class. It's doubled. Yes, that's right. The correct answer is that the move's damage is doubled. Miss Time! Miss Time! Oh my, I see one of my more energetic students is here to see me. You'll have to wait your turn, dear. There is only one of me after all. Miss Time, is it true that you were a gym leader? That is indeed true. I'm quite a strong battler, you know. Wow, that's so cool! Why'd you quit? So you want to know, do you? I might be persuaded to tell you if you wait your turn. Okay, I can wait my turn. I sure can. I'm sorry for cutting our conversation short, Destro, but I seem to be in high demand today. Feel free to come see me anytime if you have any questions for me. That is very interesting. Time used to be a gym leader. I'm kind of have a feeling which one that she was a gym of before. But whatever. We have one more teacher that we can talk to, so let's go ahead and head on over to the schoolyard. Okay, track and field. Really? I can't do karate on here? This is such an open area and it's technically outdoors. Okay. So where's the teacher? There's definitely some battle courts here, which is very interesting. Oh, there she is. Whoops! New kid! Have you come out here to the schoolyard for some training? Sure. I knew I could see a fighting spirit burning behind those eyes of yours. Why don't we do a bit of writing together here to get to know each other a little better? Ready? Let's go! You lost in your race against the teacher. Oh, that worked up a nice sweat. You've got good legs on you, new kid. Good bout training sure does make a body hungry, now does it? I'll have one of my homemade sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for running with me today. Feed those muscles! Koraidon suddenly popped out. Dry and had an odd smell. I think I'd rather have Seguro's sandwiches. How was it? Hope it was tasty! To be honest... Sorry, I shouldn't have asked you that. I'm athletic and all, but I don't know the first thing about making good food. As your honest reaction just reminded me. Well, see you later. Enjoy your sore muscles tomorrow. Cool. Alright, so that's all of the beginning getting to know the teachers, I guess. That's nice to have. So now the question is, what class should we try to focus on? Instead of just gradually raising all of them, I think we might be better off just trying to blitz through a subject. So I mean, there's always biology, but Jacques doesn't seem to really have anything for us. I'm thinking either art or math. Just because those two seem to be the more interesting storylines to go after for me. You know what? I'm a math geek, and I certainly want to learn more about Time's history as a gym leader, so we'll go with math classes. Hello, everyone. Let's have fun. Let's have a fun class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy shopping? Buying tasty bread or choosing new clothes? Even just window shopping is so much fun. In today's class, I like to use shopping, one of my own favorite hobbies, mind you, to teach you all about math. I'm sure everyone here has visited a Pokemon at least once. They sell all sorts of Pokemon items. Pokeballs are one of the many useful items you can find there. They cost 200 Pokedollars each. Now then, I'd like you all to do some thinking with me here. One Pokeball is 200 Pokedollars. If you had 2,000 Pokedollars and bought as many Pokeballs as you could afford, how many would you receive? Oh, that's just basic math. You get 10. Oh dear, I'm sorry, Destro. I suppose this was a bit of a trick question. With 2,000 Pokédollars, you can afford to purchase a maximum of 10 Pokeballs. However, if you purchase 10 or more of any one type of Pokeball, you will also receive one Premier Ball, a special white ball, as a bonus. So the correct answer is, in fact, 11. Sure is nice to get a little bonus like that on a shopping trip, isn't it? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. I'll be looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. Hope you're looking forward to it too. That seems a little mean. Because yeah, if you know Pokemon games and you've bought Pokeballs, yeah, Premier Ball's worth it. But the question wasn't... I guess that is a bit of a trick question though, because a Premier Ball is in fact a Pokeball, but a Pokeball is also its own thing. So all Pokeballs are Pokeballs, but not all Pokeballs are Premier Balls, but all Premier Balls are Pokeballs. Like, it's confusing, and yet all of that makes sense. Do we have... Nope. Nothing more for that. Okay. Let's go ahead and take us another math class. Hello, everyone. Let's have a fun class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy fortune telling, horoscopes, and the like? I think it feels great to read your horoscope and see that it says good luck is coming your way. So today, I'd like to teach you all math while focusing on the topic of luck. Perhaps you've seen the following phrase crop up during Pokemon battles before. A critical hit. When a Pokemon's attack lands as a critical hit, the damage it deals is increased by half. In other words, it does a 1.5 times as much damage as it normally would. It is truly luck that determines whether your Pokemon lands a critical hit or has one landed on it. This can cause a great upset in battle. Does anyone know what % chance a Pokemon has of landing a critical hit? I actually don't know this. 12 seems a bit high. 1 doesn't sound quite right, though. So I'm gonna say about 4% chance of it happening. Hey! That's correct! Well done, Destro! The chance of landing a critical hit is said to be 1 in 24, which figures to roughly 4.17%. The odds are more favorable for certain moves, though. While moves such as Stone Edge and Shadow Claw have about a 12% chance. You can also use a move called Focus Energy, or an item known as a Dire Hit. Both raise the critical hit ratio by 2 stages. That's a 50% chance to land a critical hit. Feels great to land a critical hit, but perhaps not so great to be struck by one. There's a surprising amount of mathematical probability hidden in Pokemon battles, you know. If you're able to do the calculations that'll swing luck in your favor, it may open the door for more strategic choices for you during battle. Oh my, is that the bell? Oh, I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Next class will be our fun midterm exam. I hope you're all looking forward to it. Oh man, there's midterms in this game too? Oh man. Who wants to do midterms aside from... Oh, she's right here. Alright, let's talk to her some more. Oh my, well, if it isn't Destro. Please forgive me if this is an odd question. Were you perhaps watching me from afar just now? No, I just got here. Yes, I suppose you wouldn't have been doing something like that. Oh, I'm sorry. You see, how should I put this? Recently, there have been times when I feel as if I'm being watched. Not by a Pokemon, mind you, but by a person. I thought it might be a ghost, so I tried asking my sister for help. She said it most likely isn't what— Oh, her sister's the gym leader! Okay! She's good with ghost-type Pokemon after, you know. Perhaps one of my students is quietly watching me, waiting for a chance to ask me a question? Maybe. Goodness, if that wasn't an intense gaze I've felt. If you notice something with a sort of fire in their eyes, come tell me, won't you? They're too shy to come ask me themselves, and I'll go to them. Okay, well, I think we know what her gym used to be. Well, interesting that her sister is apparently a rapper. Alright, well, let's do midterms. The math midterm, let's go. Alright everyone, it's time to begin our midterm exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How much damage does Water Gun do when it hits a Fire-type Pokemon? Okay, so basically what does a super effective move do? It is double damage. How much does Razor Leaf do to a Fire-type Pokemon? Not very effective, it does half damage. If you spend 2,000 Pokédollars on as many $200 Pokeballs as possible, how many would you get? Trick question, it is 11. What percent chance Pokemon usually have to land a critical hit? 4%. How much damage does a move deal when it lands a critical hit? 1.5. Alright everyone, time is up! Put your hands on your laps now. You're all concentrating so hard, I can't wait to see how you did. Do go and ask for your scores at the front desk, and then take a nice break. Okay, well, it actually seems like a good idea to blitz through the classes. Because then you don't have to remember everything like how it works in Persona. You get 3 questions correct to pass the midterms, and 4 questions correct to pass the finals. Okay, so that's interesting. There's also finals. Hey! Oh, okay! So the classes do have something for you! Small experience candies. Okay, so there is a purpose to all of this. Or at least it gives you a tangible reward at the very least. Okay, so she's not around. Looks like we can take another math class, though. How are we doing on time? We're pretty much at time. But I'm gonna try to get through at least the rest of the math classes. And we'll go from there. I'm not sure we'll be able to get through the entirety of, like, all the story beats, but at the very least, if we can get to what would be kind of current, I think we'd probably do pretty well. Hello, everyone! Well done on the midterm exam! Some of you earned perfect scores, and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you all tried your best. I'm quite pleased to say that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that this means you have all come to love numbers. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes, too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how that word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. A Pokemon's stats can rise and fall throughout the course of battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Work Up, its attack and special attack stats will rise by 1 stage each. As you may know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special attack raises 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. For that same Pokemon from the previous example where you use Work Up again, both its attack and special attack will have been risen by 2 stages total. This results in a 100% increase to damage dealt, making its moves twice as strong. Swords Dance, on the other hand, boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage after just a single use. Using Swords Dance twice would boost the Pokemon's attack stat stat by 4 stages. How much more damage then would this Pokemon deal? It would deal quadruple damage. Does it get diminishing returns? Ah, yes, this question is a tricky one, isn't it? Just because it boosts a Pokemon stat by 4 stages, oh, because it's by 50%, so it was tripled. Each stage that Pokemon's attack or special attack stat is raised increases its damage by 50%. So being raised by 4 stages would result in a 4 times 50% or 200% increase. The base damage of a move is 100%, so adding 200% to that gives us 300%. In other words, the next move the Pokemon uses will deal triple damage. Type matchups, critical hit damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, that means it has gone up by 1 stage. If it rose sharply, that's 2 stages. If it rose drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and special attack items, which can all be used in battle, can be used to sharply boost those respective stats. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again next class. Ah, they got me on that one. It was a leading question. Should have known better. Okay, is she around? Yeah, she's in the cafeteria. Okay. So you're just a regular, yeah, you're just a regular sandwich shop. Alright. Destro! Oh, you scared me. Were you cooking something? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall, and I felt that intense gaze that I told you about before. So I quickly ducked in the cafeteria here. A cafeteria is only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Someone's coming just now. Huh? That's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. I guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl. I think I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that her question's not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll go start up a conversation myself. Could have been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. Hey, we're now trusted by Miss Time. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So someone wants to ask her a question, but is too timid to do so? Alright, well, are there any more math classes, or are we good to call it a day? Nope, we got more math. Hello, everyone. Let's have a fun class today. Did you make sure to review last class's material in order to stay sharp? I know it was a little difficult with all that talk of multiplication and percentages and the like, but today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. That may sound like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all of you already deal with probability on a regular basis? Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that they will hit. The accuracy of tackle is 100 or 100%. So if you use tackle 100 times, you could expect it to hit all 100 times. The move Hypnosis, which puts opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60 or 60%. That means you could expect it to hit 60 times in 100 uses. Put it another way, out of 100 uses, you would expect it to miss 40 times. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracy. So when you're deciding whether to slow and steady with moves that are sure to hit or hard and fast with stronger but less accurate moves, you're already studying probability. Let me see here. Perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples for this discussion. Surf has a power of 90. Its accuracy is 100, meaning you can expect it to hit every time. Hydro Pump's accuracy is only 80, but when it hits, its power is 110. So between Surf and Hydro Pump, which move would you want to use yourselves? I mean, it certainly depends on the situation, but if we're going with... Okay, let's try to use multiplication with this. Okay, so out of... Okay, so Surf has a base power of 90. In 100 uses, you could deal roughly on total 9,000 damage. With Hydro Pump... Glad I have my phone with me to actually use a calculator. Okay. So 110 base power times 80 accuracy, it would only hit for a total of 8,800 damage. 8,800. So realistically, Surf would deal more damage overall. Oh my, I see it's slow and steady wins the race for you, Destro. I may have made it sound like there was a correct answer here, but there's not. You're free to use any moves you wish. Man, I was just reading that all wrong. I wasn't doing slow and steady, I was going with total damage. Factors like PP or numbers of targets hit may make more moves situated for certain situations. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. This Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the rock-type moves Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Let me tell you, I could get real worked up talking about those moves, but... Oh my, that's the bell. What a shame. Next class will be the last time... Hold on. Next class will be the last of our time together, so show up 100% ready to go. Oh, we're almost at the final already. Man, I was ready to back that up using numbers. Okay, nothing more there. Do we have any additional math classes? No, we are all done with math classes, so we have to presumably finish off the gyms before we do anything else. Okay, so in that case, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. We are definitely going to want to try to get some training done, especially with Team 2. Team 2 is really starting to fall behind compared to everyone else. So, I say we try to get some work done with Team 2 and maybe try to do a little bit of exploration. We could potentially try to do some more work around the mountainous area, and I'm trying to think what would be the best way. Either heading on over to Airy, or potentially just kind of going through the mountains and fighting Ortega. I'm not entirely sure which one would be better, but I think what would actually probably end up being better would be, oh, there's a Pokemon Center right over here. I think what might end up working is what exactly are the level of Pokemon nearby each base. If they're about the same level, then that really doesn't help me. But if I can at the very least travel to either one of these locations, I should at least have a good general idea as to what level each of these are. Because even though Ortega says he's the second strongest, Airy doesn't say that she's the strongest. It's just that she's very strong. So we'll probably try to make our way to one of these locations. Either I can try to head on over to where the Pokemon Center here is, or to this Pokemon Center. At any rate, we should try to get a lot of training done for Team 2. So I'll try to decide which one I want to go to and try to raise up Team 2 a bit. Until next time, everyone. Take care.